So you've learned everything you can about Claude. You can build agents, automations, and complex systems, but what do you do now?
Everyone racing to master the newest AI tool is quietly setting themselves up to lose.
One thing that you have to understand first, which is the AI space never stops moving. It does not sit still for a second. So getting really good at Claude right now on its own means almost nothing long term because the tools are going to change. So what actually matters are the skills underneath the tool and learning how to take those skills and apply them to every new phase of AI as it shows up.
Here's what this clip nails. The tool you spend months learning today gets replaced next year. So the tool was never the real prize. The skill underneath it is the part that carries into whatever comes next. Build that, and you stop starting over every time the space shifts.
And the reason that matters so much is because the AI space has never really had one fixed best job or one best business model. It keeps swapping them out every year or so. And every single time it does, a brand new window opens up for whoever is paying attention. So let me walk you through what I mean real quick. So if you rewind about a year,
and once that clicks, you start to spot a gap almost everyone walks right past.
Keeps lowering. McKinsey found that around 88% of organizations are now using AI somewhere in their business, but only about a third of them have actually turned that into real projects. So just gonna repeat that real quick.
This clip points at the thing most people miss. Nearly every company is using AI now, but almost none of them are actually good at it. That space between using it and being good at it is wide open, and the few who step into it get noticed fast.
Almost everyone is using AI, but almost nobody is good at AI. And that gap right there is the entire opportunity. So the next phase isn't some new flavor of builder. The value is shifting to the person who decides what to build in the first place, why you're even building it, and whether the thing actually worked. And that person is an AI.
But stepping into that gap comes down to one skill, and it's not the one most people expect.
Consultant is really just the person who figures out what's actually wrong and then figures out how to fix it. So instead of just sitting there and doing whatever they're told to do, think about it like a doctor versus a pharmacist. A pharmacist will basically just hand you exactly what you're asking for, but a doctor has to figure out what you actually need.
This clip explains it perfectly with a doctor and a pharmacist. A pharmacist just hands you what you ask for. A doctor figures out what's actually wrong first. Most people build whatever they're handed, but the real skill is naming the problem before you touch a single tool.
So builders are kind of like the pharmacists and consultants are the doctors. And the doctor is the one who gets paid the real money because clients never actually know what they need. They just know what hurts. So your job isn't being the fastest person at the build. Your job is naming the real problem in the first place.
And once you can name problems, a fork in the road opens up with two very different ways to use it.
Person that you are. So road number one is the independent AI consultant. This is where you go into other businesses, you find their problems, and then you prescribe and build the AI solutions that fixes them. It's really just the AI agency idea, but you're just framing yourself way more as a long-term partner rather than a team of scrappy devs who can build AI automations. Because instead of selling those automations, you're selling the actual solution to a specific problem.
This clip lays out both. You can go solo and help lots of different companies find and fix their problems. Or you can be the go-to AI person inside one company. And the part that surprised me, that could be the company you already work at, same skill, two very different lives.
And full disclosure, this is pretty much the road that I went down myself, so I know it pretty well. But road number two is more of the in-house AI consultant. And this is the door that I want to start talking about more on my channel, as I've realized not everyone wants to start their own consulting practice. So instead of consulting a bunch of different companies from the outside, you basically just become the go-to AI person inside of one single company. And that company could even be the one that you're already working at right now.
But both roads run into the same hard question the moment you try to land the role.
Is because the barrier to entry on actually learning this stuff has basically dropped to zero. Like anyone can do this now. So if you're sitting there wondering, can I even learn this? That's just not even a question you should be asking anymore. The answer is yes. The real question that matters is this.
This clip cuts right to it. Why should anyone pick you over someone who watched the exact same tutorials? The honest answer is they shouldn't. Not if all you've got is the same knowledge as everyone else. The people who win aren't the ones who learn the most. They're the ones who can prove they got results.
When someone asks you, why should I hire you over the person who watched the exact same amount of YouTube tutorials and knows the exact same terminology and has the same experience as you? You have to think about how you answer that question, because the people who win in this market aren't the ones who learned the most. They're the ones who can actually prove they can deliver real business results. So that right there is the core question.
Which raises the obvious next question. How do you actually build proof like that?
Tomorrow, because most people are approaching this completely wrong. And the difference is exactly why most builders never become consultants.
Quick pause here. If what I'm sharing is making sense and you're thinking, okay, but how does this actually work in a real system? I've put together a free training that walks through the exact structure and process we use. It's not theory, it's a behind-the-scenes walkthrough of how the system is set up, how the pieces fit together, and how most of the heavy lifting is already handled, so you're not starting from zero. If you want to see how it's structured and decide for yourself if it's a good fit, the link is in the description. All right, let's jump back in.
The wrong move here is just looking at your job, finding the repetitive stuff and automating it. And don't get me wrong, that's obviously not a bad thing to do. It just isn't what makes you super valuable. Because if you automate something that isn't actually constraining the business, you've just spent a week saving maybe, 20 minutes on a task that nobody was even waiting on. Nobody cares as much.
This clip explains the fix. Don't automate some random task that saves 20 minutes nobody was waiting on. Find the real bottleneck, the thing actually holding the business back, and aim straight at it. Then pick one clear number you're trying to move so the work proves itself.
So the real move is two things. First, every single project that you build has to target an actual constraint of the business. Something that if you fix it, the business gets faster or makes more money or stops bleeding somewhere that it shouldn't be bleeding. And second, every single project needs a clear KPI tied to it before you start building it. A specific number that you're actually trying to move. And that's your North Star for that specific project.
And once you've picked that, there's one last move that turns the whole thing into real proof.
The solution for it. Then you go ask if you can implement it in just one area of the company, just one little corner of the business where you can actually test something, prove that it works, and show real results.
This clip makes it simple. Pick one problem, build the fix, and test it in just one small corner first. When it works, you've got your first real case study. Then put it somewhere people can see it, because proof sitting on your laptop helps no one.
Because those results, whatever they end up being, are basically your first case study. You can show it to your boss, you can show it to your team, you can put it on your portfolio, you can throw it up on LinkedIn, just so people start to notice. Step 3 is then to become an expert at solving problems, not just building. This is actually the most important step in the roadmap.
Do that a few times and you stop chasing the opportunity because it starts coming to you. If you like this video, gently hit the like button. If you dislike this video, then share with your friends and family. Because whether you liked it or not, it could be helpful to your friends and family and your social media contact. And if you think we are doing our best to try and explain to you how you can change your life, and you want to watch the next video, then make sure you subscribe to our channel and switch on the notification bell button. And make sure you ask your friends and family and social media contacts to subscribe to our channel, switch on the notification bell button as well. This way, you will help us get 10,000 subscribers in next 3 months. To learn more money techniques, watch these videos, and we will see you on the next one.